You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk about nothing.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
All right, everyone. This is Walter and iWalter. Good evening. I'm actually doing my show on Audacity, which I'm not used to. I actually got quite used to using GarageBands, but I've been actually having a lot of problems. I'm going to put my laptop on a little bit of a tilt. Yeah, that means I'll be adjusting my mic as well. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, so I apologize. Already, I'm once again doing what I always do. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I've been off. I was actually going to do a show this afternoon, not tonight, and that actually did not work out, so I'm doing one now. I actually had to change rooms. Everything was fine. Again, I'm using Audacity as opposed to GarageBands. That's what I usually use. Okay, yeah, my levels seem a little bit better now, too, I think. But, yeah, GarageBands just shuts down way too much. I don't have the power to run this laptop just on GarageBands alone, so I have to use Audacity. I apologize. I'm still adjusting my mic. If this works, actually, this would be better as I'm moving my mic and my cable, because this would actually be better for me personally on the fact that then if I do interviews, I will be using Audacity anyhow. I have to. But yeah, I was in a room over at the Grand Hotel, and unfortunately, as of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, it got really freaking crowded here. And so crowded, though, sorry about that, I just banged the table, that this family moved in above me just on Christmas Eve night, and they had little kids, and twice the hotel had sent over somebody from maintenance to talk to these people above me, a floor above me, where their kids were making so much freaking noise I couldn't even think straight. I definitely couldn't do a show. I'm sorry, I'm glancing at the TV set now that's not directly across to me. It's right perpendicular or whatever you want to say. Yeah, and I tried to suffer through it last night. I actually suffered through it most of today. And unfortunately, it got to the point I was like, listen, sorry, I'm going to adjust my mic again. I got to get out of this room. It's driving me crazy. Those kids, in fact, it's funny. They must have been quiet, but the second they can see, they have, windows. I think there's 4 levels, 4 or 5 floors to the building. And there's actually 3 different buildings adjoined for this hotel called the Grand. Apparently, though, they were quiet for a while there, and I got back to my room tonight. I went out to Christmas dinner. Unfortunately, went to this diner called the Rio Grande Diner, and I can't say the food was that great. It was actually kind of horrible. Gave me a little bit of indigestion. But my dad didn't want to spend a lot of money. I was willing to pay for my own meal, though, but that's besides the point. And I get back to the hotel room, or my room in the hotel. Yeah, it's called the Grand. And these kids just automatically started running up and down their steps above me. They have, it's almost like a little efficiency or a flat with a loft and stuff. So they run up and down these steps. They bang things as soon as I got in the room, and then they started scraping the floor. They were doing that 8 o'clock this morning. They were doing it all last night. And every time, the parents were told by maintenance and the hotel supervision, like, you need to calm down. You can't be running around your kids and stuff. The kids stopped for a little bit, but then they started right up again, and they were just driving me crazy. So they're doing it again tonight. As soon as I could tell, as soon as they see me through their window, they started acting up again. So I finally had enough, and the hotel offered me a different room to move to, which I am in the main part of the building now. And as I was packing my bags and everything, my father helped me because I brought a lot down. I was down for 5 days. I know it's not that long, but I just wanted to make myself feel like I was at home and, so I could rest better. So as I was packing the bags, my father actually came over, too, to help me pack up my stuff to move into a different part of the building. The kids stopped doing the running around, the banging, making all the noise. So it was kind of obvious they were being beyond passive-aggressive. The parents of these children don't discipline these kids whatsoever, and they were making a total shambles out of the place. I just wait and see because this is no joke. I told one friend in the voicemail, I don't know if he listens to him, but this place, actually 1 year, they were just so desperate for business. A bunch of, I hate to say this, but they were Muslims who had rented out pretty much most of the hotel because the hotel is usually slow around Christmas time. The thing they requested, though, is this Grand Hotel has an indoor and outdoor pool, obviously during the winter. Even today, the outdoor pool is not open, so the indoor pool people use. But they requested that the pool be closed, that for them to use the pool only and make sure that they put tarps up because this indoor pool also has glass surrounding the pool, glass windows that, from ceiling to floor around the pool. They said we are not allowed to expose ourselves while we are bathing or any, type of recreational thing. So the hotel actually accommodated that. They put up tarps 1 year. They requested that they have towels and they would clean their own rooms and they would do all their own cooking. So the hotel gave into that. They also requested all these ridiculous demands. They actually, this hotel actually puts up a baby Jesus in a manger for Christmas morning and everything or for the month of December. They put it up early. And any Christian things had to be taken down. They said, we will not stay at this hotel unless you meet our demands. And the hotel buckled in. So apparently, though, after they left, and my parents were saying, oh, well, these people are staying here because, the hotel not only needed the money, but they offered to pay a lot of money for these really ridiculous requests of taking down anything that was related to Christianity. You tarp up the glass, which must have been a lot of work for the maintenance to do, tarp off a swimming pool, which is a full-size indoor pool. It's very big. I mean, it also has lounge chairs and restrooms, but that ought to be off. Apparently, at the end of their stay, they were, sorry about banging, complaining about the cost, how much it cost them amongst each other, and 2, they actually destroyed the hotel. They said the damage that it cost to fix the stuff they broke and damaged and destroyed was far more money than what they actually made of accommodating these Muslims to their request to take over the hotel during the month of Christmas. So it was said, a maid told my parents that they were told that they're never allowed to come back here ever again because the damage costs outweighed actually how much money the hotel had made. Excuse me, I need to take a swallow. So why am I saying this? Well, it's just funny, our society just caves into everyone, everybody's needs, except the people who actually were born here. I got to take a swallow. And it just seems to be a continuous thing. Now you got these families they allow into this part, because this is the only actually hotel open during the winter months, especially around Christmas. They've been staying open longer and longer. And now you got people who have kids that are just completely out of control. They destroy everything. So I was even saying to my parents, it's a matter of time before they decide to say, listen to certain families who stay here and cause more damage to the hotel surroundings, that they're going to say, listen, you can't stay here anymore because you're just too much of a hassle. And I hope that does happen. Unfortunately, you got to understand, people, if you're not sure, the Grand Hotel years ago was meant for senior citizens and stuff. It's not meant for young families, kids, teenagers. And I think what's happened is a lot of people from Wildwood and surrounding beachfronts that were more for the rowdy people have now been thrown out, and now they are staying in Cape May much more than they have in the past. So that being said, it's just gone downhill. It's not the way it was when we started staying here with my parents and I, when they first found out about Cape May, New Jersey, over 20 years ago when we first started coming down. At first it was very quiet, definitely more for retirees to stay down here. Now that's not the case. It's more just rowdy people, just like Wildwood, New Jersey. They destroyed that. A lot of I would say the lowest common denominator of people, now they have moved into and are starting to destroy Cape May. So, and it's unfortunate because a lot of senior people still come down here. The area close to where I was staying, in a room, now I changed to a different room. I just hope I don't disturb anybody on the quieter side of this facility with my podcast. And there was a woman, an older woman, who said, yeah, she had the same problem I did, where these kids were running up and down and jumping around and making too much noise. She couldn't relax. So it's just a shame. So that was the highlight of my Christmas. Other than that, for my Christmas present for my father, I actually got him an iPad mini. It was on sale at Kmart. And he seemed to like it. It's just he's very computer. He doesn't know much about computer stuff. He acts like he's interested. Oh, excuse me, folks, but he's got such a short attention span. Generally, he, unfortunately, he doesn't listen to what I try to tell him or explain to him, and it just makes it more difficult. I told my parents I haven't even opened my Christmas presents I got from a friend. We exchanged gifts earlier. We're going to open them up Christmas Day. Well, here it's 10 o'clock. I won't be done my podcast and probably till 11. Most likely by the time I edit it, put it together, and have it up, I won't be opening everything until after Christmas, even presents I got for Christmas. But don't get me wrong, I do appreciate my parents gave me some money for Christmas, which is always appreciated. And they do a lot for me anyway, so I don't want to sound like I'm a complete bastard who doesn't appreciate what my parents do for me. So it just did not turn out the way I actually wanted it to, unfortunately. So anyway, that was the highlight of my Christmas. Hopefully everybody else's was much better. I wanted to start out my thing was something a friend sent me, I think yesterday. Maybe it was actually earlier today. CBS News story. It says Christian anti-masturbation mascot sentenced to 8 years for public masturbation. Now this mascot was dresses up as a dolphin. I don't know why. It says San Diego, California. The mascot for the federally funded Christian anti-masturbation organization was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison after being convicted of assault of a police officer, molesting a dolphin, and public masturbation. Maybe that doesn't have anything to do with it. I thought it did. Sorry about that. My voice is going down. I was just curious. I'm just reading the first paragraph at least. This was the fourth arrest for public masturbation 3 years after the 37-year-old Paul Horner, the man inside the flappy anti-masturbation dolphin mascot costume. So there's a lot more to this story, which I'm not going to read because it is a little bit too long for me. But yeah, public masturbation. I joke about masturbating in public. I have a hard enough time doing it in the privacy of my own home, more or less that everybody else can see. That's the last thing, and especially because I can't say I'm well endowed. I'm actually the complete opposite. So people wonder what I'm doing with my hand, because they won't think I'm pulling the pud, churning the cud, or whatever you call it. I forget half the slangs used for basically masturbation. But public masturbation, yeah, that's never going to happen with me. I'll tell you that much. I might have read this. You know what? I can't remember what I read last, so I apologize. It is a different link. I don't know if a friend might have sent to my friend Todd. Either way, horrorfreaknews.com. If I didn't mention it, this is good. If I did, I apologize. There have been advertising a lot of stories. I keep on moving my mouth all around my mic like I'm basically giving it a blowjob, and I don't mean to. Latest from Rob Zombie, slapped with his newest movie, 31, slapped with an NC-17. I think he's finally given up. He's been butchered in the movie, no puns intended, to get it down to a rated R, and it just has failed. And I mentioned to a friend, he should just give up and let it go. I prefer to see the movie uncut. I don't need to see a movie completely edited. It's going to be horrible. I mean, his stuff is hard to follow to begin with. You're just ruining the whole perspective of the film by cutting and cutting and cutting. Anyway, it says Rob Zombie's new film 31 was given the NC-17 rating by the MPAA. I think I actually did read this. He made some edits to the film and resubmitted it to the MPAA, and they still gave it an NC-17. So it's kind of like the writing on the wall is don't touch something. Release it as it was meant to be. Yeah, I did mention this before, so I do apologize. But my theory is, why ruin something? You know, if something's not broken, why fix it? That old saying, well, this is a film, this is different. I understand. Again, I'd rather see with the NC-17, enjoy the film the way he meant it to be presented, and not see it destroyed. And if they say, listen, we're going to keep on slapping on NC-17, put everything back you cut out, Mr. Zombie, and put it out the way you originally intended, because that's the way I want to see it. Anyway, I don't mean this to be lined up next, but it is. It was on Channel 6 News, ABC. Police search for a missing 12-year-old girl. Seems, and this is in Philadelphia. Are searching for a missing 12-year-old girl again. She looks Latino or something. I don't know what happened. It seems like it's gotten worse around here with street crimes. Actually, there was an article I might have read the other day where a friend had posted, I don't think I put it in my mix, but they said Lansdale is like one of the top 100 most dangerous places to live in the United States at this point. Lansdale, of all places. And it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Norristown was actually higher up on the list than Lansdale was. But they were both fairly high. I think it was a list on one of the local newspapers. I just can't remember which one, so I apologize on that, too. Anyway, this girl that came up missing, she was last seen on the 200 block of Wakeland Street, boarding the Route 56 bus going northbound. Girl's described as 5'2", 215 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. And they're just asking for information leading to this poor girl. I don't know what happened. If anybody who actually listens to my show was from around here, they can always, if they've seen the girl, it is again on Channel 6 Action News website. I'm sorry, I keep on hitting that thing again. It was on the 24th, so it was Christmas Eve. This girl appeared to be missing. If you know anything, you can contact Northeast Detective Division at 215-686-3153, or just call 911 on any information if you may have seen this girl. I'll have a very difficult time pronouncing her name, so maybe it'd be best if this would help anybody. Her first name is spelled Aracely. Her last name is spelled Acevedo. So didn't mean that pause. Yeah, that's just too difficult for me to mention. I have a very funny story in my opinion, but I'm going to wait because that was pretty hideous with that poor girl. Actually, there was a story I had found in the Times Herald. It was tonight, actually, what's left of it for Christmas. Theft on the Times Herald. Montgomery County pair arrested in retail theft ring. I came across this story when I was trying to show my dad how to use his new iPad. It's not the full-size iPad, by the way. It's the iPad mini. It's easier to carry for me, and I thought it'd be good for my dad. Westchester, 2 people were arrested December 18th. Sorry about that. And charged with operating in organized retail theft that netted the pair nearly $30,000, police said. This story was actually just mentioned earlier tonight. If you're interested, I won't go any further because I want to enjoy some of the last 2 hours of Christmas. Maybe I can actually open my presents too that way. But again, if anybody's remotely interested, you can find that in the Times Herald. It was actually just posted, again, probably I would say around 8 o'clock or something like that. Let me turn down my sound. I keep on forgetting to do this. The only reason I do that, by the way, is if I don't, you're going to hear my unfortunate, you got the mail sound, whatever that Apple makes. Just to get people to read their news links online. This one was some movie pilot. The series may end with season 10. So I kind of read along. It was like, wait, they're going to end The Big Bang Theory after 10 years? I mean, the show's been doing really popular. I know the actors are being added down some more, and it was just speculation. There's no... they're just theorizing that I guess they're assuming maybe at this point the actors want to do something else. Or the last 2 decades, shows last no longer than 10 years, especially comedies. It's usually not a good sign. If you're doing something that does really well, why do you need to stop it? But yeah, they did a for Christmas again. I've been upset with other things. And then it was all speculation, so I'm not going to read that. This would have been my next story from TMZ, a friend's taste in children's Happy Meals. So this was in Chicago. Another name, Toronto, and you can read this story. On the mixtapes was printed. The title of the product out. So this is one thing I got to be careful with. But the guy did put on the tales of a real nigga. So, and he put this in kids' Happy Meals, this guy. That's not very appropriate. I'm trying to be considerate, but that's what the article says. I'm just reading, I'm not reading the whole thing. I'm just trying to be safe. It's just ridiculous. I know when I was up, obviously the guy probably sings rap. Going by the title of the name, put it in kids' Happy Meals is not a very appropriate thing to do. I know when I was up in New York one time, and I fell for it once. They tried to do it to me again. Really nice guys, but they came up to me and swindled me to buy their audition CDs. They said, yeah, we're almost going to make it big, hey, buy this, listen to it, let us know what you think about it. And they swindled me out, I think, $60 one time. This was a while back. They try to do it again. They don't mean anything by it. They just look for people like me who's a total appreciate it, but I don't need to buy your music. And I end up throwing the money I wasted. It was a donation. I know what I like and what I don't like at this point in my time in my life. I don't need to listen to somebody who's on the street corner trying to like $60. It was like, listen, that's enough. It may not have been that much. Maybe it was like in New York. I wasn't going to fall for that again. Now this guy, different person. It's not the same person. Was trying to throw their stuff in kids' Happy Meals, his horrible music. And it says December 25th, 2015. So that was actually Christmas Day, this guy. The story was written. Maybe to lighten the mood. It says adequate. Oh, sorry. I keep on hitting the mic. I just got to get used to this new setup because I had to move my over here, and that was not fun. At least it's not shutting down. I might be talking or speaking too soon. It's called adequateman.com adequateman.deadspin.com. And it says, what do you get stuck in your rectum? What did you get stuck in your rectum last year? Now, this was like pretty much put up on Christmas Day, believe it or not. It's Christmas Day, and you want to know what that means. Time to plumb the depths of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission's database of emergency room visits. And it shows an x-ray where the guy or a person, I don't know if it's a man or a female, has what appears to be either up their rectum, depends if it's a male or female, but they have a candy cane shoved up their sphincter or somewhere else. We're looking at the Americans shoved inside their various holes. God bless us, everyone. Sorry about that. I was scratching my nose. I really was. As always, objects sorted. There is way too many, though. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all these. I want to get to the good one. Mechanical pencil, finger ring, piece of foam football, piece of tissue. I'm just going through some of them. Piece of string, piece of soap, rubber band, ladybug, blah, blah, blah. Nose, tinfoil, orange pom-pom, candle wax, small piece went into let me read this from again. Was playing with a balloon hair tie, doll shoe, Halloween decoration, blah blah blah, pebbles, chapstick. Lighter, was eating beef jerky when he opened the package of the beef jerky. Whatever, gold tooth, confetti. Okay. Plastic eye on stuffed turtle. I can see that with little kids. I am scratching my nose again. That usually means you're going to get in a fight. Okay, some other things. Pencil eraser, pen cap, pen, marble, coat hanger, put a plastic tube in, screwdriver, magnets. I just don't understand. That's what it says. Vagina, makeup brush, folded up paper cup and stickers, cell phone, husband's penis ring, perfume bottle, 2 tampons, toy plastic spoons, and a partridge in a pear tree. Makeup sponge, golf ball, jingle bell, piece of plastic reindeer, wet washcloth, earrings, vial of fentanyl, toy teapot, and snorkel. This is in vagina. Now here it's where it gets pretty good, and this one's pretty long, so I'm not going to read them all. Rectum, toothbrush case, toy baby bottle, glass bottle, plunger, toilet brush, plastic slinky toy, constipation dildo stuck in rectum. Well, constipation causes the dildo. The dildo in the rectum causes constipation. Bobby pin. Large elastic string. Flashlight aerosol can. I don't understand that. Shampoo bottle. Homemade dildo. Toy shark. An egg. Anyway, I thought that was pretty entertaining. Again, that was on Adequate on my Facebook. My friend Todd sent it to me. I thought it was actually pretty amusing. I didn't read this, but it says if you're interested, it was another story because I think I meant Tom. I'm sorry, my nose is really itchy tonight. I'm not even kidding, folks. Anyway, let's check. Working on Audacity. I hope it is. It says visit the real town of Silent Hill. So I don't know what it's really about. I guess it's just basically, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm not going to bother to read it. If you're interested, just giving you a heads up. You can find it actually on my Facebook page. Where this town is basically sinking into the ground, I assume is what it is. Some small town. Kind of getting forced, and I keep on bumping tonight an awful lot on my mic. See, when I don't have it set up where I can just kind of let it go, it's just going to be all over the place. I realize that. You know what? I'll leave this up to people who are interested in the article. Again, just look on horrorfreaknews.com and just look at the story of a real town that's they're kind of comparing to the films and the video game of Silent Hill, trying to put a tie-in. I was going to read this. I thought I had it open. But anyway, it was on comicbookmovie.com. Okay, that's probably why I did not read it. It says box office Star Wars The Force Awakens has now passed 800 million worldwide. It's a very Merry Christmas for Disney. Star Wars The Force Awakens has passed 800 million worldwide. I'll try to open it up and see if I can get it. They were speculating. They think this film is going to make $3 billion by the time it's all said and done. I'm taking a swallow again. 80 million worldwide. But when the J.J. Abrams film released cross that all-important $1 billion mark, will it surpass it? They said the other day they thought it will, and it's in estimates. So, okay, there's a little bit more. It'd be very confusing for me to read it. I'm sure it already is. But, yeah, again, if people are interested, apparently it's definitely, I kind of figured that was going to happen. It would definitely pass close to $1 billion. I thought it would have done it in the first. Sorry about that, I moved my head. But it seems like it's going to take a little longer. But it will definitely pass $1 billion, and that was my guess. I thought, again, it would do it the first couple days. So I was a little off on that one. I was off on some other things about stuff. So, okay, I already like this. Baracal twins, no one believes they are sisters. They're from the UK. One's black and one's blonde with red hair, and they were actually twins, fraternal twins. Born in 1977 to... I'm trying to open it up, so I apologize about that. This was in the New York Post. This is an old story. Just reposted again. Yeah, it says I can't pronounce that. There's not much I can pronounce. And for being just friends, and they have even had to produce their birth certificate. Barcraft Media reports. So I can't. I think he was British, or either looked more predominantly black or predominantly white. Taking a biology class on how the genetics come, predominant way you can figure out, like if you would have blue eyes, brown hair, or blonde hair, brownly remember. And I think it was my biology class we mentioned about that. Are actually fraternal twins with the same mom and the same dad. So that came up again. And this was an older story. It just seems to revamp itself. A lot of people seem to like that story this time, too. A lot of people like me with this ridiculous thing. I actually got my dad to take some photos. He did a horrible job on both. Pissed off coming down. I don't think my phone will be covered, or because there is physical damage to the back of my phone with some pretty nice divots in the phone now through the metal times, which you're not supposed to do. The phones are $1,000 phones too, unfortunately. So anyway, I had put up some photos of my parents, which I think I did a little bit of a better job than I had to, or my dad had taken of me, and they're not too focused either. It was like $10, literally, with the shipping included. Because I used to love, most of his episodes were surrounded by the characters from now United Nations International Task Force, I think. I can't remember. Shots with the unit's hat on. It was like $10. It's a replica. It says Doctor Who on the label. Get a couple pictures. I think it'd be really cool. I wanted the pictures to look really much closer, but they were out of focus and really far away. So, so they don't look too good. A lot of people comment. Sarah Michelle Gellar, as I like to put it, but she also celebrates Christmas. There's a little fine line behind that why she does celebrate both holidays as well, which I think is really cool. Michelle. Some deer antlers on her head and, a selfie. She originally posted on Instagram. They were saying, well, I thought you were Jewish. Why are you celebrating Christmas? It's like, hey, I think that's really cool about it. So I said, I'd like to really kind of wish she would come into the WizardCon. I loved her in Buffy and some movies she did. She did a really good job in a lot of movies that I like. She's like a rack on her, but I kind of just said, hey, can you come to WizardCon this year? It'd be really cool if you ever came. So anyway, I'm looking at that, and I thought that was really cool. Politically correct, but my thing is why I appreciate that she celebrates both. It just means you're more open-minded, because like nowadays you can't even mention everything is offensive to all the Muslims in the world. It's like, well, what about the people who are Jewish and have a problem with celebrating two holidays? Now all of a sudden it's being politically incorrect because it's not against a Jew, it's against. She even put Christmas trees. She even put Merry Christmas a couple times. Sermon win again towards that. My friend actually did send me a story. Sorry, I just rubbed my nose again. Top 10 with 100 names, 60 social security numbers, and 22 condom boxes. Jackson is in a bit of trouble, but he is not alone. He's got lean on for support, police say. So there's a story. If you want to read it, it's on my Facebook page. Police arrest alleged stalker at a Park City Center, Lancaster, PA. Man in and female skirts and dresses charged with stalking on December 12th. Employee saw the man later. And I guess it was saying right, just opened it up. Let's see. Well, let me see it again. It says Lancaster. Suspected of taking photos of female skirts and dresses is charged with stalking. Later identified as Joseph P. Lease. Attempting to. All right. It's not that long a story, but I will have attended by the time I'm done with this. So, yeah. It's just interesting what people will. Hey, this is pretty cool. I really had my holiday. It's been a living nightmare. And I got some photos from the Justice. Actually got a photo of with Martin Sheen, who looks pretty sad. But she got a photo with him, and I believe that was on my Facebook page. I got some pretty good pictures. I'm impressed by them. Somebody wants to meet up with me, I think. Yeah, and I got some stories that people just keep on enjoying. Sorry about that. Let me just check. Okay, it looks like I'm still doing pretty good with Audacity. I don't think it's as harshly demanding. Oh, a friend did send me this story. I totally forgot about it. And he put, what a shock, which I don't blame him. Consequenceofsound.net is the web link. Never heard of it. The lyrics of a recent number one singles average at a third grade level. Yes, so some of the most recent number one singles on the top pop charts are at the age level of a third grader. On the literacy on the words for the songs. A new study examines lyrics from Beyonce, Foo Fighters, Adele, and Eminem and others. This was back, I don't know where he found this. It says on May 18th. Oh, I did post that, but that is pretty funny. Yeah, most of these top pop songs, whatever you want to say, are at a third grade level. God, I should be set then, because also this is perfect for me. That was pretty interesting. I have to reset everything up. I got a T-Mobile hotspot, and I wanted to see how. I should actually check that. And I put up. I have to sidetrack. It's good for me. It's what I always do. Where they take two of the characters fighting with lightsabers. They somehow graphically change it to a candy cane attire, but they're both fighting with, instead of lightsabers, they're fighting with candy canes. It looks really funny. But anyway, yeah, I had what I was talking about. I apologize about T-Mobile. You got to put in my T-Mobile. Shouldn't really change that much. But yeah, I went over my limit for the month, but they say I actually got an extra 10 gigs for the month, which I am using now. The thing, just let people know, which was really cool. I actually went to T-Mobile. They just introduced that well, like Netflix. Sorry, I just scratched my. They said the guy who owns the company of T-Mobile. He says you will no longer get charged for streaming, rental streaming website. Oh, excuse me, websites. I was going to put my password. You want to know it? You're not going to get it unless you can understand my clicks. So, it's called Data Stash because you use a lot of data just by streaming TV shows and movies on certain things. Let me see where I'm at. I got 9 days left on my account. Oh, yeah, it is kicking in 2.1 something else then for watching films. So I'll be using like 17. So I have a couple days left. Let me find out. I should have actually made that an article. Now I'm doing it now. I forget what they call it. I apologize. Oh, okay. It's called Binge On. So I wanted to take kind of confused, but it's called Binge On. Any service you got. I got the basic service, $1 a month, for having my own hotspot. I basically got it for work. I knew Christmas was coming up. I'll have to see for the new year what's going on. Yeah, it is. But honestly, if I'm out on the road or something, it's just an extra insurance. I will have some type of capability if you uses a form of data. So I have some backup. I won't get stranded in the middle of the road. Netflix, HBO Now, Hulu, Sling, Watch ESPN, and more, it says. It's an unlimited amount to watch TV shows or movies, for instance, on Netflix. Said you can use it on your mobile devices, like your phone, your part in a hotel down the shore. And I was like really skeptic. And a Blu-ray player that has what do you call it on there? It has Sony Blu-ray player, a region-free one. And believe it or not, it accepted it. It was a 38 version of A Christmas Carol. And it didn't slow down. It didn't lock up. So bottom line, don't have capability of having a hardwired network. This is actually you've viewed too many films or TV shows, which I have, killing us. I don't know where that actually is going to stop. But it says enter video now stream free without using your data only from T-Mobile. So this guy, and it is really impressive. So it does work, and I played it on the large or 32-inch TV set through my Blu-ray player. I was watching Netflix, like a few seconds for it to adjust itself. I was able to watch movies like that, and it all works perfectly fine. So I just wanted to say, that's really cool, and it's worth the money. If you, again, don't have ability to, do this, because I'm doing my streaming right now and picking my stories up, basically through Netflix, through my mobile hotspot with T-Mobile, because I actually already got in trouble for just to view articles that I put on Facebook. This hotel prohibits you using Facebook, and that being said, they said if I continue to use the social media websites, they will permanently block me from using their free Wi-Fi within the Hotel of the Grand. So I was like, okay, I guess I won't be using theirs anymore. And actually, I don't regret it, because I noticed it's a little bit faster, too, than what they offer now that there's more people in the hotel. So anyway, folks, again, it's going near 11 o'clock. I do want to enjoy what's left of my Christmas. I want to wrap up this show. And actually, I have to import this into GarageBand to put my credits in. So everyone, Merry Christmas. I'm not sure what I'm doing for New Year's yet. I decided to make plans with either one of my two friends. So I don't know which one I will be deciding to celebrate the New Year with or spend it with at this point. Hopefully one of the two, though. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to my show. If you are, enjoy. I hope you had a good Christmas, and you got another week to go, or a couple days, and it's another year would be 2016 within a few days. So thank you very much, folks, and Merry Christmas once again. Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks a lot. I am signing off. I promise.